Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the granny squares that we need to use for the centre of Anne's granny blanket. We need to make 9 of these granny squares. We're working in colour rounds of 3, 2, 3, 2 and 3. Before we start making the squares, I'm going to show you a graph that you can take a screenshot of and refer back to as you're going. Okay, so Anne's granny blanket needs 9 squares for the centre. Please know that this diagram is not to scale. So we begin with 3 rounds in the centre, then go 2, 3, 2 and 3. And that adds up to 13 rounds in total. Alright, so at the end of each of these rounds, we turn our work, and I show you how to do that too. We also start rounds with a standing double crochet and finish them off with an invisible finish as we darn our yarn ends in. I'm using US terminology for this project, and I start my work with a double magic ring because I've had too many single ones come undone. So yarn end in your left hand, wrap it round 2 fingers twice, pulling up a loop, chaining 1. Now you can use chain 3 to count as your first double crochet if you prefer. Otherwise you can do the stacked single crochets with me. So I pop my hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Hook now goes down the centre of that single crochet, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Now as this counts as the stitch, which is the 3rd one of the cluster, we're going to do a chain 1. Now we'll do a full cluster, so yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time. Yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chaining 1. Now we're going to do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, another full set of double crochets, 3 in each set, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and now we finish off this one by just doing 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Take your work off your hook, find your yarn end and give that a gentle tug. Whichever loop cinches in, I want you to grab hold of that and pull that loop firm so the other one goes in. Now you pick up your yarn end and pull in that last loop. Work back on your hook, firm it up. We're going to go into the top of that first double crochet that we made. Yarn over and pull through, pull the left one through the stitch on your hook. So that's a slip stitch. Now we want to turn our work. So slip stitch into the corner, then turn. Now we can either do the chain 3 and another chain and begin a cluster, or we can do stacked single crochets. So I'll do 1 single crochet here, pop my hook through the center of that one and do another. Now I'll do a chain and we're going to do the first cluster of the round. So that's 1, 2 and 3 double crochets. Now we're moving on. Ignore that yarn end, we'll weave that in later. Pop your hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll do 2 more, 1 and 2, chain 1, another cluster of 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Now keep on going and doing this to the end until you get to the last one where we do 2 double crochets only. But I will meet you there, okay? 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1. I've done my last full set of clusters, and now we hop over here where we've got 1 lonesome. We need to do 2 more in front of it to complete that cluster. 1, 2. Now hook into the top of that first double crochet we made, doing a slip stitch by sending that left hand stitch through the one on your hook. Now we'll slip stitch over to the center. Hook in, pull up a loop, pull the left loop through the one on the right, turning your work. I'm going to pop my hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for a single crochet. Pop my hook down the center of that single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's my first double crochet. Well, it's actually the last double crochet of a cluster of 3, because now we chain 1. Now we're going to do 3 more double crochets in that same chain space. Heading off now, we'll do a cluster of 3 in the side space, and in the corners we do cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 1 and cluster. Now I'm going to meet you back at the end. I'm up to my last corner and I just need to do 2 more double crochets to go with this one here that we did first. So 1 and 2. Now, because we're just doing 3 rounds in the navy, I'm going to snip my work off, pull that loop out and darn in my yarn end. Now I take that through the top of that first double crochet that we made. Then I send my needle down through the center of the double crochet that we just made, and that gives you a little V on the top, which is identical to the rest of them. Now head off and darn your yarn ends in. I'll meet you back here for the next 2 rounds. Let me show you what you have just done. The 3 round center. Now we're going to change colours. Picking up your next one, pop that out of the way. What we want to do is see on the final round where is the front and where is the back. If you're looking at the front, turn it over because we want to start on the back. Also, we want to start in a corner that we didn't just finish in. It's another technique that is used to keep your squares straight, because if you start in the same corner all the time, it's going to get a sway up. So popping a movable slip knot on your hook, you hold the yarn end in your right hand, yarn around 2 fingers on the left, pull up that loop, yarn over, pop your hook into the corner space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you can tighten that slip knot. Chaining 1. Now this has been a standing double crochet, but it's also the 3rd crochet, double crochet of the cluster. Now we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2 and 3, and we're going to continue around 3 double crochet clusters on the side spaces, 2 and 3, and 2 lots of clusters in the corner with a chain in between. I only do one chain in between my clusters on a corner because it's just the way I like my work to look. Some people will do two, and that's absolutely fine. Again, we can have differences, can't we? Now, work your way around. I'll meet you at the end, and then we need to flip our work for the next round. The round's nearly done, except for the corner where we need to do 2 more double crochets. They're actually double crochet number 1 and 2 of this corner. Slip stitching into the top of this double crochet here that we made first, popping your hook under the little V, yarn over and pull through. Now pull the left loop through the one on your hook. We're going to slip stitch across to the corner, doing the same thing. Hook in, pull up a loop, pull the left through the right. Now we're going to turn our work. You can either do chain 3 to start or do your stack single crochets like I do. Popping your hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Hook through the center of the single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Chaining 1, because this is double crochet number 3 for that cluster. Now we'll do 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Heading off, doing the exact same thing that you did for the last round. A cluster in each space on the side, 2 clusters with a chain in between on the corners, and I'll see you back here at the end. We're near to the end here. All I have to do is 2 more double crochets to complete this cluster. That's 1, that's 2. Now I'm going to snip my yarn off because that's the end of the row, and we want to darn your yarn ends in the invisible manner. So popping your needle under the V of that first double crochet, then take it down through the center of the double crochet that you just made. And there you've produced the most perfect V on the top, so no one would ever know. Now head off, darn your yarn end in, and I'll meet you back here soon. Now what we want to do before flipping our work is making sure that our last row really is the back, and it is, I can see that. So we want to keep it on the back because we want to do a front row next. Also, find out where you finished off, and you can feel the difference here because you've got lots of yarn ends woven in, which makes it thicker. So just choose a different corner to start on. Picking up your yarn end in your right hand, wrap it around 2 fingers on the left, pull up a loop through the center, and you've got a movable slip knot. Yarn over, hook into the corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, cinch in that little slip knot, chaining 1. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets. And this being a navy round will be 3 rounds. All right, working again, 1 cluster in each space along the sides, and in the corner it's 2 clusters with a chain in between. I'll head off while you do 2, and I'll meet you towards the end. At the end of round number 3, I just need to finish off with 2 double crochets to complete that cluster. So we'll snip off our end, pull that loop through, and darn our yarn ends in. There we go. For the next section, we just need to find out where's the back of the last round that we did, and also find where you darned your yarn ends into and choose a different corner. This time we're going with parchment. So yarn end in your right hand, wrap your yarn around 2 fingers on the left and pull up a loop. Yarning over, hook in the corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, tighten that little slip knot, chain 1. Now do 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and you are on your merry way. It's taking longer and longer to get around now, isn't it? I think I might go and sit in my chair and put my feet up for these last 2 sections. So clusters in every side space, and the corner has 2 clusters with a chain in between. Okay, 2 more double crochets in the corner. That's 1 and 2. It's a snip the yarn off situation. Pull the loop through, darn your yarn ends in, and I'll meet you back here for our last section of our square. Alright, the last row here is on the top, so we need to flip it over, so we're doing our work on top of the back of our previous row. Find a corner that didn't have all the yarns weaved in. Grab your yarn, wrap it round 2 fingers on the left, pull up a loop. Now you've got your movable slip knot. Yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, firm up that little slip knot, chain 1 and then do 3 double crochet in the remainder of the corner. I'm going to head off. You do a cluster in each space along the side and 2 clusters in the corner with a chain 1 in between, and I'll see you back at about the last round. I'm at the end of round 3. I just need to do double crochet number 1 and 2 into that corner, and again snip off our yarn, pull that loop through, pop on a needle and go under the little V on the top of that first stitch that we made. Then take your yarn down through the center of the last double crochet that we made. That gives us our invisible finish. Darn your yarn ends in and I'll meet you back here soon. And this brings us to the end of tutorial number 2. Here are 9 of the large center squares that we need for Anne's granny blanket. All I have to do is darn in some of these ends. Then we'll move on to the next video, which is going to be all about joining your granny squares together. Now I said that I would give you 2 options, one being the flat braid and one being the continuous join as you go, but I might also show you a few other quick little options in there as well. I just love giving you options. I don't know why. I do it all the time, don't I? Because I like to kind of try to accommodate as many people's likes and preferences as possible. So they'll only be simple ones. They won't take too long, but they might just be what you would like to use. So these whipped up pretty quick. I'm really happy with them, and I will be doing my joining colour with white because that's the next colour to come up. Alright everybody, I look forward to seeing you really soon. Bye for now. Ta-da! This time we're going with parchment. I should have had that ready, shouldn't I? Oh, that's terrible. Start again.